My first online course was able to bring in 30K and I had 150 students sign up. Ever since then, it's been making me passive income and allowing me more freedom than ever. You guys, that was from Jessica, one of my online course academy students. And this is part 2 of how to create your own online course from scratch, even if you're just getting started. So hello again, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy from Rebel Nutrition, and I help health coaches and nutritionists create income online so that they can work from wherever they are and scale their businesses to 6 figures and beyond. So today's video is part 2 on how to create your own online course. So if you missed part 1, I highly recommend checking out part 1 first, because we talked all about how to choose a profitable online course topic, as well as how to warm up your social media audience and grow your audience online, as well as how to warm up and grow your warm audience online and on social media, because those are the people that are eventually going to become your paid students and the people who are enrolling in your course. So that part is really, really important. And by the way, if you want to stay up to date to all things online courses, passive income, making money from wherever you are, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and ding the bell so you always get notified whenever I create a new video. But now on to part 2 of how to create your own online course. So the last thing we talked about in part 1 was starting to create the outline of your actual course content. But now step 5 for creating your own online course is, while you're creating the outline, or the brain dump, as I like to call it, of your online course content, you can start to repurpose the content that you're putting on this brain dump or outline into things like social media posts. You can turn this info into blog posts, YouTube videos, podcast episodes, even quotes for your Instagram, Facebook group conversation starters. Wherever you are on social media, you can literally repurpose this information that you're already putting into your course. Because remember, I'm all about working smarter, not harder. You're already creating this content to put inside of your course, so you might as well repurpose it for your social media, wherever you're creating content online, in a way that all leads back to your lead magnet or your opt-in. And remember, you guys, the point of all of this is to continue to grow your email list. Because like I mentioned in part 1 of this series, your email list is truly going to become the backbone of your business and where a majority of your online course sales are going to come directly from. So it's really, really important to be continuing to grow your email list as you're creating your course. So this could be as simple as pulling, one small lesson from your course outline and turning it maybe into something like a 5-step process on how to do X that you make into a YouTube video. And at the end of this YouTube video, you could have a call to action saying, if you want more info on this topic, join my masterclass or download my PDF, etc. And then you're getting those people onto your email list. And not only that, but you know for sure that they're really interested in your course topic because they're willing to give you their email address in exchange to get information on this topic. Now, another tip that I really like to do as I'm getting ready to launch my course is I'll show a lot of behind the scenes footage of me working on my course. I'll just get on Instagram stories and say, a day in the life behind the scenes, I'm creating my course content today. And hey, if you want to be the first to know when my course is ready and get exclusive bonuses and promotions and all that good stuff, be sure to get on the VIP list or the wait list, whatever you want to call it. But that's just another way to kind of remind people about what's coming, get them really excited, and make them feel like they're kind of behind the scenes with you on the journey of actually creating the course, which can really create a lot of buy-in so that people are ready to purchase when it's ready. Now, another way to reach more people and build your audience on social media before you launch your course is to really ask yourself the question of, who can I collaborate with and how can I get in front of more people? And this piece is truly essential, you guys, if you are starting your business and you don't really have a budget for ads that are going to get you in front of, cold audiences that way. You can start to think about other influencers or other people that you genuinely like in your niche and ways that you guys could collaborate to serve both of your audiences. So something like Instagram takeovers or Instagram lives, which are going to allow you to reach both audiences. You could also do something like write for a publication where you know that your ideal audience or ideal students are hanging out. So an example of this would be something like Mind Body Green or Elephant Journal. This is actually one of the ways that when I was first starting, I quickly grew my audience, and that was through writing for one of these publications and getting my name out there in a way that was completely free and just value-based. Other options are to reach out to podcasts, tell them that you have a unique story or a unique point of view that you want to share with their audiences, or start your own podcast or start your own YouTube channel and invite other thought leaders to come onto your platform and interview them. Because a lot of times that's a really good way to get people who have larger audiences than you to collaborate with you in a way that actually serves both of you. So you're not just asking for a favor, you're actually providing them a platform to come on and share their message in a way that reaches both of your audiences, which is really, really cool. And lastly, another way to get in front of new people before you launch your course is through something like a giveaway. And giveaways can be really, really effective because, as you guys probably know, people love free stuff. Now, there are a couple quick things I want to remind you of though before you do a giveaway. Number one, whatever you're giving away, you want to make sure is directly related to your course topic. So if you are a nutritionist and you're gonna have a course on fertility, that was my example from the last video, you're not gonna wanna do, an iPad giveaway, right? Because you're not gonna really be attracting the right types of people. And another tip for making your giveaway really successful for the launch of your course is to make sure that one of the ways that people enter to win the giveaway is to get on your email list. Because again, we want to be capturing those people on places other than just our social media, because remember, we don't own our social media accounts. All right, on to step 6 for creating your own online course. And that is, once your outline is ready, now we have to turn it into the actual course content. So this looks like, the videos, the audio, the slides, the written format, whatever you decide is going to be the format of your course. Now, this part is totally up to you, and that's the thing I love so much about online courses. You don't have to create your course content any specific way. If you wanted to make all of your course videos face to camera like I'm doing right now, you totally could. Another option is, if you don't feel super comfortable on camera, you could do something like create slides and read from a script and do a voiceover that way. You also could just do only audio or only written format. It's completely up to you and deciding what your strengths are, number one, and also what you think the best medium for your content would be. So a lot of times for people that have more intimate, personal type topics for their courses, I think face to camera works really well. But for courses that require a lot of tutorials, for example, maybe building out your website or something like that, it can actually be more beneficial to do something like a screen share or slides, because that way people can walk through every step that you're doing and see what you're doing on the back end. So again, this part is totally up to you, and it's going to be what makes your online course unique from everybody else's. And just a little side note here too, inside my online course academy, I actually teach you step by step how to create, record, edit, all of the actual content of your course. So do not let this part overwhelm you. I know that it can get really scary and you start to think of like, how am I going to make the slides? How am I going to make the worksheets look professional? I actually provide templates for all of this inside my online course academy. So I will link to a free training on that below, but I just really want to encourage you to not let the creation part overwhelm you. Try and take it day by day and focus on one small goal. So for example, today I'm going to work on lesson 1, rather than looking at like the whole entirety of the course, because that can be completely overwhelming. And what I see a lot of times happening is that people just get so overwhelmed that then they don't end up ever starting. So really bite-sized pieces, a little bit of progress every day, and you'll be golden. All right, step 7 for creating your own online course is making sure that your students actually get results. So as you're deep in creation mode, making the videos, the audios, the worksheets, whatever you've decided, you're also going to need to strategically map out the sequence of events of your course in a way that makes sense logically for your student and ensures that they are going to get the best results possible. Because you guys, the best form of marketing you can possibly have is students who have had great success from your course. So you really, really want to make sure that people are getting amazing results from your course. And that's also why I love sharing testimonials in these videos. So a quick way to kind of think about how to strategically map this out is think about, number one, where are your students right now? What is the starting point that your students are at? What are they feeling? And then what is the desired outcome? Where do they want to get to? What are you promising at the end of your course? So you kind of have a 0 to hero kind of situation. And then from there, you can break it down into, 4 to 5 really digestible chunks of the progression that they need to take to get to their end result. So another way of thinking about this is looking back at your own experience and your own story. What would have made your experience or your results more effective, quicker? What would have saved you money? What would have saved you time? What would have saved you energy? Now, a question that comes up a lot in my online course academy, which I figured I would just address here, is how long should my course be? And the answer is, it just totally depends. The main thing that you want to think about though is the content of your course should really not be everything that you've ever learned. So obviously you're an expert on your topic, but you really want to only be teaching your students the most essential need to know information so that they aren't wasting a ton of time on your course, they're actually moving towards their goal. You want to make sure not to overwhelm your students, and that's really key. All right, step 8 for creating your own online course, and this part is one of my favorite parts, and that is planning the launch of your course or the predetermined set of dates where you're going to be really pushing a lot of sales and getting as many students through the door as possible. And this is so important because obviously creating your course is one piece of the puzzle, but then launching it is a whole other beast because your course could be, the best course in the world, but if nobody buys it or nobody realizes why they should buy it or nobody feels any urgency to buy it, it's going to probably be a flop. But don't worry, of course, I teach a step-by-step method on making sure your launch is successful inside my online course academy, but I'm going to share a few of my favorite strategies right now. So the first thing that you want to think about when it comes to planning your launch is you want to carve out anywhere from 4 to 10 days of a launch period, depending on the price point of your course. So obviously, if your course is a higher price, let's say over $1,000, you might want to think about at least a week launch period or more. Whereas if your course is, let's say, $100 or less, you could do a quicker launch period just because people will need less time to get their finances in order and things like that. Now, the reason you really want to plan these days out in advance is that you really want to block out anything from your schedule that isn't absolutely necessary during these times. Because number one, you are going to be pretty busy sending out emails, jumping on social media, answering people's questions if they're chatting you from the sales page, which is again, something I teach how to set up in Online Course Academy. And I've also realized it's really nice to just have the flexibility to jump on a live training if you're noticing that a lot of people are having the same types of questions, things like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, a launch takes quite a bit of energy. It's really fun, but it is energy intensive. So I just want to remind you not to get overwhelmed. It's only a short period of time, and then it's so fun to celebrate after you've hit your goals and gotten a lot of students into your course. Next, let's talk about the email list during your launch. So you've been constantly growing your email list as you've been preparing for your launch, and now is the time to really pump those people up for the launch of your course. So the week prior to your launch, you're gonna wanna send out at least 1 to 2 emails reminding people of what's coming, how to join the VIP list or the wait list, if that's something that you're doing. And even if you want to, giving them specifics on these are when the doors open, here's how much it's going to be. I don't always do that, but you totally could. And then in addition to those pre-launch emails, you want to plan out an entire email sequence for the actual days that you're launching. So a lot of times I will have an email going out every single day of the launch, which sounds like a lot, but you guys, there's a really strategic way to do this to ensure that you are simultaneously giving people value, building trust, and making the sale. Again, these are things that I teach inside Online Course Academy. I actually give you guys an exact script to follow. Of course, you can make it your own, but I also include my own emails that have worked in all of my 5- and 6-figure launches. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is plan out your social media posts for those 5 to 10 days that you plan to be launching. So let's say your main social media platform is Instagram. You're probably going to want to plan out a social media post every day or maybe every other day. And again, you can totally repurpose content from your emails and use them as your social media captions, things like that. But you just want to really be top of mind to everybody in your audience of what you're selling, what the benefits are, overcoming objections, and then of course having some sort of call to action to click the link in your bio to sign up, something like that. Now, the last thing I want to say about the launch of your online course is making sure to incorporate lots of urgency into your course launch. So what I mean by that is really giving people a reason to get off the fence and to get in your course right now and not to wait until the next launch, for example. So this could look like, a price promotion. Maybe they're getting $200 off for a certain amount of days. This could look like, having the doors close and reminding people that they need to sign up by a certain date. It could look like, a certain number of spots available. Maybe you're only accepting 10 students this first round, something like that. Or even maybe you're offering some sort of bonus to the first 10 or 20 people that sign up. Maybe they get a special call with you or something like that. So those are all different types of urgency to remind people why they need to enroll in your course and they need to enroll right now. And this is really important because if you just open up the doors to your course at the normal price and it's just always available on your website, people won't really feel the need to whip out their wallets and sign up. You kind of have to give them a reason to. Another one of my Online Course Academy students, Kendra, actually said, I used some of Amie's launching advice and I made $20,000 within 20 minutes of my course launch. So again, you guys, that's just another example of using urgency and getting a lot of sales right at the beginning of your launch. All right, you guys, at this point, I'm so excited for you to create your own online course. I'm so passionate about online courses, as you can probably tell, because they truly have just been life-changing for me, and that's why I love sharing this information with you guys. Now, I've created a free training that I will link to below that's going to teach you how to make sure your online course topic is profitable before you spend, time, energy, effort making it, because I want to make sure that your course is going to sell before you put in that time and energy. So again, I will link to that training below. It's free, it's around 45 minutes, and it's also going to explain my exact formula for figuring out how big of an audience you need to start making $5,000 per month from your online course. The free training is going to teach you even more about how to grow your audience simultaneously at the same time while you're building out your course. You're going to learn more about what to do if you aren't necessarily an expert yet on your topic and how you can still get started with your online course right now. We're going to talk way more about selling your course, making sure it's profitable, and of course, the number one reason why most online courses fail and why that's not going to happen to you. So again, click the link in the description box below to join that free training. I'm so excited to see you guys there. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.